Hey everybody, Steve Huber here. I'm so excited to walk you through the 30-day roofing challenge. And this is hands down the best way to launch a roofing company or roofing division if you're already a solar contractor or just any contractor really. And I say that not as somebody that's here on YouTube, but it's like somebody that's actually done it before. I have launched roofing companies now, dozens and dozens of times. My teams have sold over $400 million worth of roofs. We won the Owens Corning Top Performer Award 3 times, been on the Inc. 5000 list 7 times. And like I said, today, this is what we do. We help contractors all over the country launch new programs and build incredible sales departments. Roofing is one of my absolute favorites. And I'm going to walk you through our program right now, start to finish, everything we cover, and show you exactly how to launch a roofing program in 30 days if you want to do it. I always like to start with our goal. And again, our goal is 30 days. Why 30 days? It's because it's just going to take a bunch of grunt effort to get you there. And it forced all of us on our teams and all of our partners that we work with to put this kind of program together for you to strip it all down and get it real basic and just focus on grunt brute force things that need to happen. You see, like starting a new department's like pushing a big boulder. There's like all this work and all this effort and sweat and blood and tears, and the boulder doesn't move, right? It's like sitting there and everyone's like, when's the boulder going to move? And then all of a sudden it starts breaking loose and you got momentum and things are on your side, but it just takes brute force at the beginning, and we want to fast track that all for you so you can get this launched a heck of a lot faster than I had to when I very first started out. And by the way, it's the same systems, same stuff that we put in place for all of my teams I'm sharing with you today. So why do this to begin with? Again, it's important we define our why. If you guys have been in sales for any amount of time, you know that why is important. I want to talk about more profit. And when I first started selling roofing, this was my big goal. I'd actually tapped out the amount of leads that I could get from my other businesses. And we had to figure out how to get more money out of the customers that we were already working with and helping. And roofing was a great way to do that. So if you're looking for more revenue without having to get more leads, more customer service people, more salespeople, all those things, roofing's a great way to do it. One of the things I learned to love about roofing is really the reputation side and what we do for people. There's something incredibly gratifying about walking into a home where they've got a tarp on the roof and they got buckets in the living room and they don't think they could get a new roof, and that's why they've been having, to putting it off. They don't think they can afford it, and you actually help that person make that happen. I think that everybody should live in a great home that they feel safe in and protected from the elements, and roofing certainly is part of that. And then it's diversifying your business. I've done roofing, solar, HVAC, batteries, EV chargers, windows and doors, and even fences. And roofing is really the only one that everybody needs. You don't need a solar system. You don't need an HVAC system. Like at a very primitive level, you don't need it. But roofing, you absolutely do need. It's like basic shelter. And so every home on the block is open to you as a customer, to be a customer of yours when you offer roofing. It's a wonderful business to be diversified in. Now, working with contractors all over the United States, and we partner with some pretty big firms that work with a lot of contractors, there's 3 big reasons that people don't start a roofing program. And the number one is they don't know about the products. What I mean by that is that there's so many different types of products out there. They don't know where to begin. They don't know what to do. And if you think just drive around your city, you're going to see a lot of different roofs because there's a lot of different types of houses. Some have flat roofs, some have steep roofs, some have wood shake, some have slate, some have tile, some have composition shingle, some have rolled roofing, some have torch down roofing, some have tar and gravel roofing, and all these different things become really confusing, and it's like paralysis, right? We're like, I don't know what to offer, and so they just stop. And that's one of the big things that we see kill a lot of contractors' dreams is they just don't know what products to offer and work with. The next one is they don't know how to sell it. So even if they know, hey, I think I want to work with this one roof type, they don't know how to sell it and convey that value to a customer. And one of the questions I get asked all the time is, hey, Steve, aren't there a lot of contractors out there in roofing that lowball prices and it's the chuck in the truck and they don't have any overhead? Yeah, there are, just like every other trade. But those aren't the biggest contractors. The biggest contractor, the biggest roofer in your city right now is the roofer that knows how to sell the best. Not the guy with the cheapest price, not the guy with the lowest overhead. It's the person that knows how to sell. And if you don't know how to sell, it's really hard for you to compete. Finally, the systems. Even if I gave you a roof, you wouldn't know how to build it. And that is a beast in and of itself. And so we looked at these three big hurdles and said, hey, how do we create a program that fast tracks getting through all of those in as simple a way as possible? And so we have clients that don't know about the products. Let's work on getting clarity on our products and our offer. If you don't know how to sell it to a customer, let's figure out how to close roofing jobs with confidence. And I put confidence in there for a very particular reason. If you are in sales or you've managed salespeople, you know that confidence is everything. And if you're not confident in your product, you're not going to be very good at selling it. And then for systems, we need all the systems, all the subs, the compliance. I want everything so that it's repeatable. And I don't want any tech work. And that was a big challenge for a lot of our partners. They're like, well, hey, this requires some computing and some coding and some configurations. I don't want any of it. And so that was, again, a 30-day challenge, forced us to look at all those things, strip it down, and just focus on momentum for you. So let me walk you through the key areas that we use for how do we solve these problems, right? Like, it's great that we want clarity on our products and offer so that we can actually figure out about our products and learn how to sell them. How do we do that? So we start by simple product offering. The 30-day roofing challenge was built around the idea of, I want to launch roofing companies with one product, one platform, one loan, and one sales process. And that's it. We're not dealing with 50 different products and 20 different pieces of software and everybody does their own thing on the sales side. You will fail if you do that, I promise you, because I've done it and it stinks. So one product, one platform, one loan, one sales process. That's it. That's all we want. And so we're going to simplify that product offering way down. We teach the basics in a very simple way. And we teach it in a way that customers can understand and that you can convey it to your customer if you're a sales rep, which is, how do you explain it simply? So it's great that there's this really technical piece of product and of a system, and the system works a certain way, and it's very technical in the way that it works and operates. But customers don't care about that. And we have to be able to explain it simply to a customer. And I'll give you an example. Imagine you got two people that are trying to sell refrigerators. One is talking about condenser coils and wattage of electricity and thermodynamics and all that good stuff. And the other one says, if you buy my product, your beer is going to stay cold and your meat won't spoil. Which one do you think is going to sell more refrigerators? The second one, right? Because they know how to explain things simply in terms that customers understand. For closing roofing with confidence, we help craft an offer. We have a really simple offer doc that we put together for clients, a simple proposal. Again, there's no coding or anything needed. We wanted to make it very turnkey for all of our contractors. And we simplify a streamlined sales process. So imagine a sales process, which may be foreign for some of you, mapping out everything that we do when we meet with a homeowner. Why do we have a sales process? Well, it's so that we know if we have failures, where we have them at. It also so that when we hire new people in, we actually train them on the way that we do business. And a lot of companies don't have either. And what happens is you hire new people, you try them out, you kind of leave them out there to flounder. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. And next thing you know, they fail. And you're like, man, all salespeople stink. You don't need to work that. We give you the sales process that we have used to sell, again, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of roofing. It is yours. We also help drive campaigns. And so this is your ad creative. So if you want to pay for ads, you can. We have proven ad campaigns that we give you, but you also can door knock. You can get referrals. You can get self-gen. We teach you how to cross-sell. We teach you how to market onto your existing customer base. Cross-selling is my favorite. The same homes that you're already in. Think about that, what I said earlier. I had to figure out how to make more profit without getting more leads. Like, just literally more profit in the door for every customer that I saw. And that is what we had to learn how to do. And so that is a campaign that we put together in what we call the marketing vault. And we show you how to do that stuff so that you can actually generate demand, and generate customers and get your sales. Again, we want to make that easy for you to do. We don't want you guessing on anything. Finally, the system subs compliance. And again, I want it to be repeatable. Full disclosure, I am not trying to help you sell 5 roofs. I'm trying to help you sell 500 roofs. And that's what I want to do. That's what our company's all about, is helping you become a platinum contractor and do just a great, great job for your community and for your customers. But I have to get you to sell 5 roofs first. And so I want you to be compliant so you don't get sued and you don't get arrested and you don't go to prison. That's bad for everybody, okay? So the first thing we help you do is line up subcontractors that are vetted, that do good work. We have a grading system, and we work with one platform that helps connect the dots for you guys, so you're not scrambling around trying to find somebody to build projects. We help connect those dots for you. Like I said, we want to make sure you're compliant on everything. So if you don't have a license, we have tools to help you get your license and figure out what is needed to make that happen. If you don't want a license at all, we actually can help partner you with people that just want to sell. They just want you to sell, and they're fine with you using their license. And all your contracts, your subcontractor agreements, all those things we already have for you, already done. Yes, you need to look them over and make sure there's anything specific to you that needs to be changed. But 90% of it is taken care of for you. You shouldn't need an attorney or anything to launch and get your contracts going. And then finally, now we've sold the job, how do we deal with job tracking? Like, how do I actually make sure I deliver a good experience so that I can deliver a great reputation, great experience to my customers? And that way I have a great reputation, I make more money, and I have a great diversified business. I should mention above all, when my teams grew and we were doing these things, we did it while having the #1 solar storage contractor in the USA and a 4.5-star rating on Yelp with over 1,000 reviews. So yes, you absolutely can do this without torching your key business, and it actually was going to enhance your business because you're helping solve more problems for your clients. So the way that our program works is we give you, when you sign up, you log in, you basically get the whole roadmap. We show you from point A to point Z, all the different steps, and we break it down into modules. We actually have 5 different modules. So we call the first one Foundations, for example, and it's making sure that your license, your compliance, your subs, all those things are lined up. We've got your finance onboarding done. We've got your platform done, all those things. Our goal is to have you done with all that in a couple days. Most companies take a couple months. We want you done within a couple days and off out of it the first week. Okay, we move super fast. So everything is laid out in a super easy roadmap. If you don't need certain pieces of it, that's awesome. If you've already got your own contracts, great. You don't need to use ours. If you've already got a streamlined process and sales process that you like, awesome. You don't need ours. Watch it. Maybe you find something new in there and you learn something new that you can use to enhance yours. If you got subcontractors because your uncle's a roofer, great. Use him. We don't care. We show you how to plug all those pieces together to create a really cohesive package. Again, I just want to see you get your first roofing deals in 30 days. All right. We also have live emails, or I'm sorry, once a day emails that go out to you showing you where you should be on day 13 and day 21. And are you on pace? And are you pacing in the right ways and doing the right things on each day for 30 days so you know that you're always on pace or off track? And I know that sometimes you read an email, you read some content, you hop into a course, you watch a video, you download something, you're getting new software. Like, there's a lot of moving pieces here that you have to tackle. You may need help. And that's why every single day we do a live call. You can hop into, ask questions, and get the help that you need. Now, the program's super controlled. We don't launch it for a lot of folks. We keep it very tight, and it's because, again, I want to see you win. Our goal is not to help you sell 5 roofs. I want you to sell 500 roofs, but again, I got to get you to 5 first. I don't want to have 1,000 contractors in there doing their thing, so we keep it pretty tight. If you'd like to see all the steps, again, we break through all of it with you, break down what all you get. We actually mail you quite a bit of stuff too that you get, and you're like, it's physical. You can show it to a customer. It's super great. If you want to see all that and the cost to join, what the offer looks like, and by the way, because we're working with some super large companies, you know their names, they have actually sponsored a lot of stuff. If you hit goal, there may be no cost to you, which is pretty dang cool. So if you want to see how all of that works and just actually make the next 30 days the time that you do what you wanted to do and launch your roofing company, I'll put a link down below for you, or go to billiondollarcontractor.com. Video's right there. It'll walk you through everything. And then at the end of it, if you'd like to apply, we walk you through an application process. We don't take everybody into the program because honestly, not everybody is right for it. We don't want to break your business. We don't want to do harm to you. We don't want to overwhelm you with things if you're struggling right now. And so we only make sure that we put people in that we feel confident are going to make it out the other side and actually launch and be successful. And like I said, that's why we do work with very large companies, some of the top contractors in the country. And again, we even have Fortune 500 companies that we partnered with on this kind of stuff. So check it out. I'll put the link down below for you. And with that, I hope you grow an awesome company, and I can't wait to get your roofing company launched.